Hey, what's up everyone, Gunpla here. It's been a while, but today we're going to play with the entry grade Gundam Build Strike Exceed Galaxy from Gundam Build Metaverse. This particular kit piques my interest because I'm genuinely curious about what makes this kit different from a standard high-grade kit. And of course, the design of Exceed Galaxy itself is incredibly cool at a glance. In this video, we're going to take a closer look and we're going to do some customization later on. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Here's the Build Strike Exceed Galaxy right out of the box. Let's take a quick look. I haven't done anything extra except sharpening the V-fin, and that's all. After building it myself, I understand why it's considered as an entry grade. Most of the parts are incredibly simple, just two pieces sandwiched together. The articulation could be better. It's not bad, but not the best either. Overall, it's an okay kit. I appreciate the simplicity that still maintains the overall aesthetic and awesomeness of the Build Strike itself. Also, there are these clear parts that add an amazing effect to the kit, like those in the shoulder and especially this long blade effect. I really love that. On the downside, this ball joint right here, it's a bit problematic, I'd say. I encountered a problem when posing this kit, especially with the legs, due to how it easily falls apart. Like literally, a slight touch and it detaches instantly. However, considering it's an entry grade kit, it's somewhat expected, I guess. But other than that, I think this kit is still great for an entry grade. This really exceeds my expectation. Now, let's move on to working with this kit. The very first thing I want to change is the Galaxy core itself. I personally think this small wing doesn't contribute much to the silhouette of the kit. It's cool though, don't get me wrong, but let's make it bigger. Just like an average Mobile Suits backpack from the Seed series. I have here in my hand the good old really great Freedom Gundam. It's one of the earliest Gunpla I've built. Just look at that. It looks pretty miserable, I know. It's so dirty with knobs everywhere and all the panel lines are messy. I couldn't even build properly back then. But we're here just to take this backpack, which includes the wings and the plasma cannon. The idea that comes to my mind is to slap the swing part, replacing the old wing for the Galaxy Fighter, and done. So let's get to work. First, I used a hobby knife to get rid of the inside part so that the peg from the wing could sit perfectly inside. Since it's a bit hard using only a hobby knife, I then proceed to use something more powerful with the mini grinder and just blast right through it. As for the white part, I need to make a bigger hole so that the base of the wing can slide right through it. I then trace the shape of the base onto the masking tape, place it on the white part and start drilling with a pin vise. After that, I filed it with a round shape file to enlarge the hole even more. As for the square shaped thing, I used a hobby knife to carve it to fit the shape. It's time for a test fit. You take this wing and all you need to do is plug it in like so. And there you go. It looks cool so far, right? The wing is fully functional as you can see, and it's cool. But we need more. So I grabbed this other part from the Freedom's wing and I want it to fit this small pack I got from, I think it's from 30-minute mission, cannot quite remember. Then enlarge the hole here using a pin vise so it could fit right through. And just like that, we can put it under the Galaxy Fighter to act like the vertical wings, I guess. I don't know, looks great, right? Also, you can put the cover here from the really great like so to add another smaller wing, and it just makes things cooler. Although the wing is kinda out of place design wise, but we'll go back to that later. Next, I want to add this plasma beam cannon from the Freedom in front of the fighter. If you watch the anime, there's a scene where the Exceed Galaxy combines with the Universe Booster. But since I cannot get my hand on a Universe Booster, like literally, it's gone in my place. So let's create our own with this one. We grab one of these and drill a hole on it with a pin vise. For the connector, we need a rod-like thing, so I cut this piece from the runner and insert it into the hole we just created like so. It fits perfectly. To find the perfect length for it, I used this random connector I found, which is another from 30-minute mission, then insert it like so and mark it with a pen. I also added some super glue beforehand. After that, I cut it and we got a nice joint for the plasma cannon. Back to the small wing from before, I decided to make some change to it. First, I need to remove the blade. I then designed the new blade part on pla plate, following the design from the rest of the blade but make a smaller scale. After that, I carefully attached it with the Hobby super glue. As a result, we got something like this. And this is what it looks like when attached to the rest of the wing. I'd say it fits nicely with the rest of the design. It looks great, right? Another thing I added for the Galaxy Fighter is this small tip here, like some sort of stabilizer for the aircraft, but I don't think this is necessary considering it already has two massive wings underneath, but then it looks cool regardless. And behold, this is what the Galaxy Fighter has become. It seems like I went a little overboard with chains, but overall I really like it. Oh yeah, I had another puppet here off cam. It used to have some huge gaps for the original parts to fit in. The cannon sits nicely there, just like the old build booster. But yeah, this proportion somewhat reminds me of the OG build booster, if you know. Really cool. And the best part is, it fully transforms to become a backpack. Let's try it. First, we flip this part open and then rotate this part here like so. And then we rotate the wings 180 degrees like that. Fold the wings in and flip it to the back a bit like so. And lastly, we can attach it to the strike like that. And look at that, isn't it cool? At first, I thought it might be too much for the strike, but I think the amount of things and the proportion is just right. Not too big or not too small either. I see it as a, light version of Freedom Wings? I don't know. Really love how the wings looks from the front, and the vertical on the back also looks fantastic. Also, we can take this off, rotate the beam cannon like so, and put it back on. And now we've got a nice beam cannon ready to fire. We can then open up the wing and it gives some full burst vibe, I guess. This is so impressive. I really am proud of how the Galaxy Fighter turned out to be. Now, moving on to the strike itself, I don't want to make too many changes because it already looks great. Maybe just adding some detailing is enough, I think. So, where do we start? Let's begin with the torso. Using a chisel to add some detailing to it. Carefully follow the guiding tape to achieve a straight line. Then I add a random plate here to add some depth. The next thing I want to modify is this steel frame. Inspired by the Master Grade Strike Gundam, I want to add some additional angle instead of just a straight line here. So I drew the line on how I want it to be and then cut with a hobby knife. After that, I sand it to smoothen out the surface and make both sides equal. And it looks like this. By the way, I also carved another line here and there throughout the torso with a chisel. Pretty cool. I also done the same thing on this small section in the front skirt just to add more details and depth to it. This is the knee part where I added a small piece of plate on it, and then carved around it to add more details. The next step is just adding more and more additional panel lines, such as here on the head, this front skirt part where there's really nothing on it, and many more. By the way, since this is an entry grade, I personally think this is a great way for me to practice some basic customization like messing up with the panel lines or detailing with plate. It's actually fun. Now onto the foot part. I would say it's more on the plain side, so I'm going to customize it a bit. I want to make it look like some kind of heels, like what Freedom has. So I first draw the outline and then carefully cut and trim it with a hobby knife like so. After that, sand until the shape matched the outline I drew earlier. Here's what it looks like before and after. It's pretty neat, and I didn't expect the heels would quite appear like that. I then fill the massive hollow gap underneath it with epoxy putty and smoothen it out later on. I think I'm going to add this default wing from the fighter here. It just looks cool. Back again to the wing blade from before, I want to add more details to the small size wing, since it came with nothing from plate. I have cut this extra layer of wings from plate and just simply attach it with a cement like that, and add an additional details after that. And I think that's enough for everything. After this, I'm going to wash all of it to get rid of all the dirt and dust. And we're ready for airbrush painting. Starting off with the base primer. As you can see, I ran out of the gray surfacer. and I'm just too lazy to get another one. So I mixed the black and white 1500 surfacer instead. The result is more on the darker side than what I would expect. I thought black and white would become grey. I swear I mixed it 50-50 ratio, but I don't know. Or maybe I just add too much black to the mix. Well, whatever. After the surfacer dried, I start masking some of the parts using masking tape and masking salt, especially all the wings blades. I haven't mentioned, but my plan here is to repaint with the color scheme of the regular aisle strike. So this is what we're going after. For most of the inner frame, like the joint and some of the grey parts, I use Mr. Color Neutral Grey. For the outer frame, I use semi-gloss black. The same goes for most of the Galaxy Fighters and all of its wings. For the rest of the wingtip, I use the Mr. Color Red Matter. Whoa, look at that red, it's so glaring. Next, the main torso. I used the Mr. Color Character Blue. Also, I decided to paint the same color for the front chest part, which was originally white before. For the main exterior, I used the basic Mr. Color White. The dark primer underneath from before kinda makes the white seems a little bit darker. It's not bad, I actually like it. It gives more realistic look to it. I then mask some of the exterior parts and give it a bit of an off-white color using Mr. Hobby White and a little drop of Snow White. The shield gives some color separation effect like in really great. I really hope it works. Lastly, for the first checkpoint, I top coat it with the super clear gloss to get a nice smooth finish. Now let's start inking all the panel lines with the panel line accent color black. Carefully pour the ink on the existing line and let the ink do the rest by flowing through the line. For the black parts, I use this grey enamel paint and thin it until it's very well diluted. And just brush through the line. After everything is dried, use a cotton swab that has soaked in thinner and gently wipe all the excess paint with it. And the results are pretty clean. Once we're done inking all of the parts, it's time for the water slide decal. I grabbed this third-party decal specifically made for the really great Build Strike Gundam. Since this is technically Build Strike, right? Carefully cut the decal, soak it in with the tap water, apply mark setter beforehand, and carefully slide the decal with a hobby knife, and remove the excess water with cotton swab. Now that the decal has been applied, it's time for our finishing move by applying the top coat using the super clear flat from Mr. Hobby. I always love this particular top coat because it always makes the surface look way smoother than before. Again, this top coat is amazing. It's time for the final assembly. Here is the torso. The color somehow works, especially around the chest area. Here is the waist. I don't know if the camera catch it, but the color separation with the off-white color before seems to work well. Next we put the arms, the shoulders. Here's the leg. I like how the panel lines turn out to be. Looks clean, especially the thigh part. We then just put it on the waist like so. And finally the head. Overall, it looks cool, but it's a shame that somehow there's a crack on it. But I think it's not too visible, I hope. Anyway, we put it back like that. And this is what it looks like for the strike. It looks more high grade now than before with all the panel lines and decals, right? Pretty cool. Next is the Galaxy Fighter itself. Whoa, looks magnificent. Don't forget to attach the vertical wing underneath and attach the plasma cannon to the fighter. And would you look at that? I'm so satisfied with the result. The color scheme works pretty well. The custom small wing also looks amazing, just like the rest of the wing. I really like it so much. The gimmick also works and all. Now, let's dock it. Jajang! And this is what it looks like after everything is combined. I don't know, but this looks more like Destiny Gundam at a glance. Still, it looks amazing nonetheless. Although there's some scratch to be found around the body, but still it looks great. I really love it. And just like that, let's say, what? Eyeless Strike Exceed Galaxy? I don't know. I'm not good at naming. But now it's time for a spin. Let's go. Watch me rain, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal the rain, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal the throne. That's it for my work on the entry grade Build Strike Exceed Galaxy. So what do you guys think about it? I really love the end design of this kit, although it's not the perfect build out there, but at least I'm having so much fun building and customizing this kit, especially creating the Galaxy Fighter from the remnant of my old really great Freedom. It's so much fun. The Strike Galaxy itself is a great kit to begin with a couple of problems of course, but not much. So yeah, thank you so much to each and every one of you who stuck around until the very end of this video. I'm sorry if the video was a little messy and unorganized throughout the end. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching my build, and if you did, consider giving this video a like, leaving a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content like this in the future. Have a nice day, bye!